Hello chums, Robert Ross here in Comedy Cottage, comedy historian at your disposal at all times. Welcome to a brand new segment on the YouTube channel. This is Robert Ross Recommends. So we can look at DVDs, CDs, shows, hopefully when they get back into the theatres, new films, whatever takes our fancy. But the first item on the agenda is a DVD collection I mentioned in one of the previous daily comedies, if you were watching those during the enforced lockdown. But a little bit more information about this gorgeous thing. Do not adjust your set. Do not adjust your set, madam. It's all okay. There's a gorgeous release from the British Film Institute, the glorious BFI, and this came out late in 2019. Now, this is absolutely essential. If you're a regular viewer of the old daily comedy films, I did mention this very briefly. This is basically a precursor to Monty Python's Flying Circus. It's a children's TV show, and all that's left in the universe is on this gorgeous collection. It's a 3-disc collection. It starred Michael Palin, Terry Jones, Eric Idle, and two other non-Pythons, Sir David Jason to be and Denise Coffey, but also every episode had a glorious interlude from the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band. So this is absolutely essential. I'm gonna unleash the beast here. It's in a beautiful slipcase. Make sure you get your slipcase as well. Cover is reproduced there, as you'll see. It's a 3-disc set. And what you get in it, apart from all the episodes that survive, it started on Rediffusion with the gang. It went to Thames TV. So everything that survives, apart from the 3 episodes of the Rediffusion episodes, there's 10 episodes in all on here, plus some specials. All that's left of the Thames, which was a Christmas Eve special, Do Not Adjust Your Stocking, that's on here, and 1 episode of the Thames Years, plus some tantalising audio clips of the missing episodes, plus PDFs of the scripts from the first series on here too. But apart from that, you get a wealth of stuff. Sir Michael Palin, a half-hour interview, 33 minutes, putting strange things together. That's Michael, a new interview from last year on here. Do not adjust. You got Humphrey Barclay, the producer, talking for 34 minutes. He's a guy from Cambridge Footlights, worked with all the pre-Pythons and the Goodies guys on that. The uninvited guest star. Now, there was one episode in the Rediffusion days where Michael Palin was unwell, having his appendix out. So beautifully, they brought in Tim Brooke-Taylor, who was doing a sister show to this at last, the 1948 show. So Tim's in one episode, thankfully one of the ones that survives. So you can see Tim doing his guest spot. And of course, great Tim Brooke-Taylor did a little interview on here. It's only, 5 minutes, but 5 minutes of 2019 Timbo, which is a treasure on here too. And loads of other stuff. I mentioned that last 1948 show, John Cleese was a big fan. So John does a little bit about this too, because when John and Graham Chapman were writing scripts for the last 1948 show, they would tune into this so-called children's TV show to watch the other guys do their series. And this is what happened when John Cleese phoned Michael Palin and said, will your gang join my gang? And that became Monty Python's Flying Circus. That's why this is so important. And last, nothing from Terry Jones on here in terms of 2019 footage. Of course, he was far too ill to do anything new, which means, alas or luckily, you can't get rid of your 2005 Boulevard Entertainment release, which is far inferior to this. But it does feature a Terry Jones interview from 2005. So if you're a true collector, you won't chuck it anyway. So keep them both. But this is the one you want to get for the newbies to this. This is the one you want. And there's loads of stuff from the Bonzos as well. The late Neil Innes does a gorgeous interview, an intro and outro. And the other guys on here too. You've got Rodney and you've got Roger and you've got Legs Larry Smith. Intercut, not all together in a reunion, but they intercut new interviews from 2019 to tell the tale of how the Bonzos got involved in this show. Plus, of course, loads of Terry Gilliam stuff, the animations, which if you look at the surviving footage, which isn't a lot from the Thames Years, it shows you how Python really jumped into circulation because of this show, and at last the 1948 show. So you've got 3 legends on here, you know, obviously Neil Innes and Terry Jones and Tim Brooke-Taylor, all of whom we've lost over the last 6 months, but they're all in here involved in this gorgeous collection. And of course, you also get, if I can whip it out, missus, this lovely booklet too inside, which I won't go through, but you've got an interview with David Jason in print. You've got an introduction by Michael Palin. You've got my dear learned friend Dick Fiddy putting the whole thing into comedy context. You've got Neil Innes with a beautiful little article called Mucking About in the Sandpit of 1960s Television. So that's in there too. So listen, this is, if you want to build up an essential collection of classic comedy, do not adjust your set. Make sure you get the slipcase. put it in there, and there you go. That's your first recommendation. So have a lovely, lovely day, and I'll see you next time. Keep on smiling, and this year, comedy is the answer.